Hello everyone and welcome back to match day number 14. We are on towards map number 2 very shortly for the EPL between Immortals as well as Ghost. Immortals did manage to take the first map 16-8 on Cobblestone, but we should be shifting shortly on towards Train. And I'd still say it will be much of a muchness. I think Immortals should be able to take it out quite comfortably and cleanly as well.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, they're pretty well versed on a map like Train. They've played it plenty. They've even played it fairly recently in this competition as well. So, you know, starting out on the CT side, it should be fairly comfortable stuff. They didn't have too much trouble on that Cobblestone game on the CT side, which some would consider be sort of the harder side, although it's more balanced nowadays. So yeah, I mean, Immortals is just sort of outclassing Ghost at the moment. There's not much we can really say apart from that. Ghost getting a couple of good licks in here and there, but apart from that, you know, they're not really playing to the same level that they need to if they're going to even make this map competitive.
Definitely need to just turn up that fire a little bit more and bring, I don't know, I was going with, like, they just have to bring more intensity in towards it. I was trying to go for a very colourful analogy, but let's take a quick look at the schedule before my analogies all get mixed up and I just drop myself into the bin. I already have anyway. Immortals did manage to take Cobblestone 16-8, as mentioned earlier, over on the primary stream. Optic, very easy 16-5 over Luminosity on Inferno, and now on towards their own map pick of Train. I think it's just a matter of time. A lot of the time we see Luminosity start off well on the CT side, on Train, and then they falter. I think all happening against Optic once again. I'd expect to see a very similar scoreline. And on the outside as well, we're going to see a Train between Immortals as well as Ghost. And it is Immortals map pick, so Ghost should be starting on the CT side. They need at least probably about 6 to remain competitive on the CT side. Whether or not they can even get 6 is going to be up towards the pistol round, I would argue.
Yeah, I would pretty much have to agree with that. The pistols are going to be must-win for Ghost if they're even going to get, you know, double digits, in my opinion. I don't have high hopes for this game. But that's the good thing about CS. They have the opportunity to prove me wrong and see what they can do. They look pretty discombobulated when they played recently. I watched them play Train, I think it was last week, perhaps, against... Can't really remember who it was against, but it was when they just brought Dallas into the mix and didn't really have enough time to really get any train strats going.
I think there was like one round where they
speak of.
Yeah, I think there was one round where they just got, they were on the anti-eco and they just got complete eco because they walked out one by one. Definitely not something you want to see.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't happen today, and I'm thinking of a good segue in towards ECA. But I don't think there is any particular point to segue into ECA for this one. You've got one. You've got a good story. Okay.
Yeah. So, in ECA, people do often walk out one by one, so...
Okay, fair enough. That is a good point.
Yeah.
I could have gone with that. Speaking of, if you want to practice your one-to-one aiming and make sure that you either win your anti-ecos or lose them, you can play ECA, but you shouldn't try to lose anti-ecos. I don't know how many times I've dropped it because I've just gone, I'm just going to swing wide on window at Mirage and get peeked by 3 Ts, but why not?
Yeah, look, it's not really even about discipline or trying to learn whether or not to manage your money correctly. It's just about not copying abuse from your teammates.
It always
losing
happens.
The anti-egos.
It always happens, regardless. But it is a good way to at least enjoy myself in the evening a little bit. I've learnt to, I don't know, it's the only game so far that I managed to, I probably shouldn't be admitting to this, but I managed to tilt myself, the enemy team, and my own team with just a single play. All right, so... Buy round coming out from both sides. I don't know why I queued up on towards Dust 2. Okay, out of all maps, I queue on towards a map that's not even in an active pool anymore. I just charge through long with a Bison and get 3 kills against people with AKs. That shouldn't ever happen. Why does it happen? How can I get away with it? And it's managed to just anger everyone simultaneously in the server because it shouldn't happen.
Yeah, look.
The joys and perils of ECA, like on the upside, you got 3 kills with the Bison against AKs. On the downside, you got 3 kills with the Bison against AKs.
Yeah, look, honestly, to improve your ESCA experience, I would recommend that as soon as you find your way into your first pug, you're just joining up the server. What you want to do is you want to open up the text box and you want to type .block Karath, K-A-R-A-T-H, and then you're pretty much good to go after that. It's just a little setting I like to apply to work my way into some more enjoyable pugs.
You know, actually, I've never blocked a single person.
A big mistake, buddy.
Like,
it's the best feature.
It's like, even if I've been frustrated at someone where I'm like, they're making very basic errors or whatever, and you just go, look, this is what you can change to improve, and they just yell abuse at you. I just go, oh, that's all right. I won't say anything. No block. The chances of me meeting you ever again is going to be very low. And at the end of the day, guess what? I'm going to be the better person. I'm out there to have some fun in ECA. I'm out there to just enjoy myself. I'm still here. I'm happy with where I am in life. what does dot block do? I can't dot block someone in real life. That's not a feature I can use in real life. Otherwise, if you used it, I wouldn't be here because obviously you've blocked me already. So we could go on and on, but the odds still reflecting in favor of Immortals. I'd heavily agree at this stage. That's probably about correct. 1.35 or so-ish for Immortals. Ghost, unless they can show something a little bit different, I don't think they've had enough. They showed a little bit of interest on Cobblestone. Enough to kind of, we went, oh, okay, this is a new Ghost, and then we kind of just deflated again afterwards. It was just like, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it feels like sometimes when you're watching Ghost. You know, they got little sparks, little flashes of, hey, they're getting some pretty clean executes in here. Oh, wow, 2 entries on the T side so cleanly. They got all the smokes down, bombs being planted.
It was like, it was clean. It was like good.
Yeah,
it was
how
good
did this come down to a 1v1 and then they barely win it and then the next round they get reset and you're just going, oh no, how does this happen? And then Immortals just, you know, rolls over. They go, hey boys, we played this little competition called the Major and we came second. So, you know, pretty much we're going to no respect you. And
I don't even think they know respected. I think they were just trying to figure out what exactly to do. I mean, there are some rounds where you'd argue that a player wouldn't go for it if they were against high caliber opponents, but they're using it as take practice. So
yeah.
Immortals starting on the T side, looking to potentially flex their way on towards B. I mean, the bomb is towards upper corridor, but you're still all the way back near T connector with a smoke and 2 flashbangs, and Rick's just staying hidden on the B bomb site. He wants to become the bomb site itself. As Connor taking heavy damage. I'm not sure from what exactly, but he's down towards 41 already. Might have been jumped up and might have been tagged up by someone who's boosted up. Yeah.
I think they boosted, yeah. So yeah, great aspiration in life to actually become a bomb site. Would definitely recommend as a career path. Smoke's flying out towards the outside bomb site, and they will send 2 players out, but that is all a ruse, Kevin. It's actually an inside attack.
We've been pranked, and Zach is going to be the sacrificial lamb. Poor Zach. I mean, Connor still doing damage, though, and that's what you want to see. And Rix is still ready. Seb, where did he get a kill from? And Rix, oh, he'll strike right now. There it is, and now it's all down towards Steel. 1 on 4, 1 on 3. As he has to dance around and take so many duels, it's not going to work out. No armor as well. So Ghost do manage to take the pistol round. Good stuff coming out from the pistols.
Steel, not quite a Yu-Gi-Oh master as he only manages to win 2 duels. Kevin, however, is 1000th. Anyway, Ghost picking up the pistol round once again, getting us interested in the game. Before...
Look, I've won maybe 1,000 duels. I've also probably lost 10,000 duels. So there you have it. You win some, you lose some. That's deep. Not really.
1 in 10. That's something. As Immortals going to buy up some P250s, Deagles, 2 Glocks. Just fairly honest eco in all truthfulness.
If they get in towards the inner's bomb site, that would be pretty good. If they get the bomb plant down, even sicker. But you can see that the rotations have already begun. They're just going to be establishing deep positions with the rifles. FAMAS a little bit closer because you don't want to be sitting too far back. M4, you don't want to be granting a very easy pick to the T's, but a good flash doesn't really mean anything because there's just everyone waiting towards the B site. And if Zach can get the bomb plant down, it'd be a miracle, but Rick says no. There will be no bomb planting on Rick's watch on the B site.
Kevin.
Yes?
Why is Immortals on the T side?
On the T side? Because it's their map.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be on the CT side for some reason, but that just goes to show how many hours of sleep I've had.
Fair enough. You need some more caffeine in you, I think.
No.
Just
going to keep it with the... Going to keep eating them Granny Smith apples.
Oh, delicious.
And
I've got a banana for later.
Beautiful spring water.
Oh, Steel loses that duel. He doesn't even tag Connor once. Just 80, 80, 80 with the MP9. Gets rewarded for it. Destiny pushes out, finds the right timing, though. And I'm not sure if you saw what Complexity did yesterday at Pop Dog, but it was insanely smart.
Would you like to explain that one to both me and the viewers? Because nobody knows.
I'm not sure if you saw it before. Because if you saw it,
it,
okay. So what they did, right, is that I think it was Slemmy and someone else they got, and so Slemmy was the base. They got someone to jump on top, and they just slid down they just dropped down to the Pop Dog. So the first person would just go whoop, and the second person would land on their head because they go down at the same time and just trade out the people on Pop Dog. It's a pretty smart play.
think
And because the way that you do it, you have like pretty much like the first guy went at perfect accuracy, but the second will. And there's no way that you transfer up that kind of vector because you don't expect it. When was the last time you expect two people to drop down? But now Immortals are making all the trades work in their favor. They lose the first pick, but they're now just strolling towards the A bomb site on the back of just good aim, good trades coming forward. And Seb, there's no way he's coming through Pop Dog. Dallas is already down towards 12 HP, so he might just want to book it out of there and try to save the M4 as well. Live to fight another day. You got to pick your battles. This is not one that you can win.
Man, Ghost really needs to work on this mid-round in both the T side and the CT side of almost every map. It's the weakest part of their game, Kev. Like, straight up, they got the entry pick with the MP9. Connor even upgrades to an AK and gets caught out by Destiny. You know, fair enough. Bad timing, but once they're put into the 4 versus 4s, the 3 versus 3s, and things get a little bit scrappy, like, they just get outclassed individually. They're always getting caught out of position. They're always getting caught off on an angle that they shouldn't be. They're never making the moves and playing off of each other smoothly enough to sort of give themselves a better chance in the round. And it's consistently making them, you know, lose rounds and taking them out of games where they should have a pretty good chance. And, you know, it's just been the weak point of their game for the longest time. You know, every single game that I've watched, it's just mid-round. You know, someone gets an entry on the T side or the CT side, things get going fairly well. Wardell gets a pick, and then things just fall apart from there because they're not able to convert it into anything. Sick flash coming out. Wardell put into position. This is where he needs to not over-aggress, and he goes for the re-peek, sprays through the smoke. So it wasn't necessary, but you're not going to complain about it.
That's where it's very new for Immortals. You can see that it's Horvey and Zach trying to take Ivy, and there's no one playing anti-flash. Normally, in any other roster with two people who played together consistently for a period of time, you'd know that one of them would at least play the anti-flash position because you know that Ivy smoke or Ivy flash will be coming out. But Connor 93 just shuts down any T-connector aggression by himself at close E-box position. Doesn't even take any damage. Pretty good from him. Now, still, he's pushed in from all angles. He's a dead man walking. Immortals should be reset, and Ghost, it's just a matter of how many guns they keep up. And as long as they play explosive and just probably split up, it's probably very, very easy for them as Connor will just clean things up. Takes 10 points of damage for 3 kills. A very favorable trade. That's just a single band-aid needed for 3 dead terrorists. He'll be happy about it.
Yeah, I'd say that's a fairly good outcome. Now, Immortals, 2 of their players can buy AKs. They're just going to take it slow, though, fairly early on in the game. I like how Wardell's upgraded head armor. I don't like how Connor hasn't. So as long as Connor plays a little bit further back, they'll be good. But considering that they're Glocks and P250s, I'm slightly a little bit scared if they do decide to go through Pop Dog or towards the A-bomb site. There's 3 Pop Dog, as a matter of fact. Oh, dear. That doesn't matter. He doesn't need head armor
right now, though. He doesn't need head armor if he's popping heads, right? He'll just steal one. No, you can't really take the helmet off. Dead enemy. But it does mean that Rix will get dinked down very, very low. Lucky he had head armor. They're still going to be making their way towards the A-bomb site, but Wardell's now pushed forward, just having a bit of a fun time before Destiny decides to destroy the party.
Such a party poop-up. Wardell, Dallas is pushing out Ivy. No respect.
That's better. You know what? That's what you need to do in Ghost.
They always do this though, and then they break our hearts, Kevin. They always get us interested.
Like, don't get up 6-1 and be like, oh, now we got to slow things down and play a little bit more respectfully and everything. Just go in hard. Go hard or go home. That should be Ghost motto right now.
Should be Ghost motto since the start of the season.
No, I don't think it should be in the start. The start was like testing waters, you know. Now it should be the moment. It's like you've got nothing to lose. You can clearly outduel these guys. You should be confident in yourselves. Just do it. Make your dreams become reality.
Don't let your dreams become memes.
Exactly. See Wardell pushing the same line 3 times. Normally we call it insanity, but sometimes you need a little bit of insanity to make things work out.
And Immortals making the adjustment to play a little bit more defensive there. Connor moving his way up into T-connector, but I wouldn't be dueling Destiny, to be honest. That's the one player you don't want to find in the one-on-one in T-connector, because this guy, he's not bad at the shooting, I would say.
Not bad at the shooting indeed, as now Rix managed to make his way, but that Molotov comes a little bit too late. Rix might be caught out, but he does manage to rotate just in time. Wardell still covering the angle towards T-connector, so Destiny can't come out and bolts. Just tucked in very safely, very snug.
He's just chilling by the fire, and Rix is not going to expect him in that corner.
Bolts is just going to rail it. And Ghost, I mean, all the hard work has been kind of undone. Wardell, very difficult shot for him to hit. Now under a lot of pressure from all angles. Needs to at least find a kill or two. Now it's going to be found out. Ghost for the no-scope. If you landed that, would have been absolutely ridiculous, but he missed at the close range up against Zach. And Dallas is the last contention point on the A-bomb side. Seb trying to rotate across. Also shut down. So Immortals, they strike back immediately. At least Ghost have enough money to buy up.
B in the coach position. See if he's going to make any impact this game. Hopefully, Ghosts are going to keep bringing this level of intensity. They do trip up, but they've got plenty of money to make a couple of mistakes here and there. Full buy against full buy. Your boy Zach on the T side AWP.
Again? Oh no, Rick's losing the duel against Horvey. It's going to make Connor's life a lot more difficult, and now you can see they're pushing out. There's no way they can win the duel. He's got too many angles to be concerned about. Now Wardell has to go huge with AWP. He's found one so far. Knows he doesn't have to worry about Ivy because Dallas has pushed it. Only one angle to watch, but it's just a matter of how many people he can take out. And ooh, nearly gets the flick. It was a nice attempt, but it's not going to connect upon anything. And Seb, he can try push out a pop dog, but there's two AKs waiting. And Ghost just need to save these two weapons. Nothing they can do. Wardell needs to back out of there. Steel's already on the hunt. And Dallas, even though he's close T connector, surely someone from Immortals is going to be watching it. No, no one from Immortals is watching it. Wardell's also picked off Steel. It's now a turnaround down towards a 2-on-4. Now down towards a 1-on-1. Wardell knows exactly where Destiny is, but doesn't know that Destiny's still sitting towards Pop Dog. He suspects he's towards E-Box, and now Destiny's going to peek out. Wardell, no chance whatsoever. There you have it. It's it. All over and done for. And Wardell, once he misses the shot, Destiny has a very easy time. Everyone dies, though. The end.
Great
Ding.
story. Ding. Every time it blows up. It's a ding.
Where does that ding come from anyway?
I think it's meant to be like, you know how they've got the little train stoppers? I think it's meant to be blowing up the train, forces the train into the train stopper really hard or something, like down the other side of the... I think that's what it's meant to be. Anyway.
I don't know.
I'm probably completely wrong.
Maybe we can find the source one day, but Immortals fast out towards the A-bomb site for Bolts. He's confident. He knows that Ghost are on the eco, and so he'll be able to do a little bit of damage as Ghost very persistent and pushing Ivy.
Dallas going for it again. Definitely citation needed on that ding sound, as looks like the rest of the CTs are going to move their way through the showers. Have a little bit of, you know, special team time as Dallas gets himself picked up. 3 versus 5. And Immortals just closing out his anti-eco fairly concisely. Nothing to really talk about. And another classic Ghost Gaming game of Counter-Strike.
Starts off promising, then collapses, and then we're just going, why? I wanted to believe.
Starts off promising, and then they start peeking Destiny one at a time. And
They start peeking Immortals one at a time, losing the aim deals against the superior AK-47s. I mean, I can understand that you want to challenge Pop. On a good day, Rix can take the duel, but if you're not on point, it's so difficult. Especially when the Immortals players are on point, and Horvey with AWP. Just cleaning up as all of Ghosts do fall. And they can't even full buy. I mean, if they buy right now, they got a force, so they're just going to go for the pistols instead.
yeah, it's
I
pretty
agree with
early.
it. I mean,
It's pretty early in the game. They don't need to get too carried away.
But they're in danger of Immortals now asserting their dominance and just driving away, not only with the train, but with the goods in the win.
Still having a bit of a shocker, but only early days. And looks like another fast outside play, but the bomb will be creeping into inner. Steel and Zach pushing their way outside as the rest of the team make their way into the inner bomb site. Destiny going to get himself picked up as no one's in position to really stop that from happening, unfortunately, but doesn't matter as the trades go back. But oh, these Immortals players are so low. Cobra 93 going to get caught out by your boy Zach. Rick's in a pretty good position to actually win this entire round. He's made such a huge impact here. Pulling out the AWP, Steel sprays the line, and Rix, that's one shot you cannot afford to miss. Goes instantly for the re-peek. Steel going to be posted up, so. As soon as he pulled out the AWP, I knew that was going downhill. Should have just stuck to the CZ, to be honest. But he couldn't have known how low they were, etc., etc. Insert 10 other factors that went into that decision making. Maybe Rix needs to adjust his zoom sense a bit. That's what it really comes down to at the end of the day.
The ratio.
Yep, the ratio.
Mathematics.
It's all about the
the
ratio,
DPI,
mate.
the sensitivity, the excuses. Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Well, there we have it. Bolts gets the first entry towards the A site. The smoke comes towards Pop Dog. Just a little bit too late in Seb. Oh, you don't want to be pushing up there. There's a lot of members waiting for you to expose your head. But he still managed to take down Horvey. Clean headshot. And it means that he's actually also taken down Zach as well. Seb, just at the back of Ender's push. You see this every time. As soon as they go towards the A site, he pushes in through towards the B halls.
I swear Seb, the only time he actually gets kills is when he's by himself on the other side of the map to his team. Doesn't matter what side it is. Still going to get a pick on the outside bomb site. 2 kits. Oh, Rick's bad timing. Almost picks up Destiny. They're all so low. Seb on for the ace here. I believe. Let's go, Seb.
The real question is he mate Seb or so your boy Seb? I
mean, his old mate Seb. We established that last week, Kevin.
Absolutely.
You should remember these facts. This is your job.
Oh, he fires a little bit late. A little bit of a slow reaction. He's going to be caught off time by Bolts. And that's the story. Always caught off. That's Ghost in a nutshell.
Always caught off, and
so close, but no cigar.
If he was young man Seb, then maybe he would have had the reaction speed to get that one. But unfortunately, his old mate Seb, and Immortals already running away with this one. Not much else to really say. Caesars across the board, 1 deagle on Dallas. And lots of he grenades. Not she grenades, but he grenades.
High explosive grenades. Not really coming in towards T connector. Bolts and Destiny just sitting there line. There is finally...
There's a smoke there, mate. Do you mind?
They're just going for the Stewie plays. But there was no stopping to be had today, as it's a very, very easy cleanup for Immortals. When Seb comes in, tries to make it at least something a little bit more viable. He's able to get out there, but there's just too many people right now. Rick's trying to find something. Actually might create something, because he's now brought it down towards a one-on-one. Has a little bit of time to work with. AK-47 in hand, CZ in the other, and a single flashbang. And the body armor doesn't protect the head. And Zach, I know he's the mastermind of Immortals. He moves the players around, but how well can he move himself? Let's find out if he is truly a master puppeteer. He can control himself.
He's in pretty much the best position possible. He just needs to not play himself. Playing on the off angle here. Beautiful. Well done from Zach.
He's just a coach, bro.
Manager. How's he do it?
Well played from Zach. Just slowly, calmly throws a Molotov. Knows that he's going to be on the long rotate around. He can play around it and just listen in. Plays it perfectly. Not much Ricks can do after the good work earlier on. Too many angles to check. You just got to hope that you can push in and find the favorable one-on-one deal. And most of the time, I mean, in that situation, the Immortal players are not going to grant you the easy pick.
They are not. And they're up 7-4 now. Things getting a little bit sad for Ghost, I feel. Connor pushing it to SL once again. Immortals, pretty easy map control from them. This time they take brown and white balls instead of Ivy. Seems to have been working out pretty well for them. What's not working out is Horvey getting picked off by Wardell, but as we are watching a Ghost gaming round, then that doesn't necessarily mean anything really. And it's all going to be down to whether Ghost make some questionable misplay in the rest of this round, or whether they play it properly. I don't recommend that Connor plays up close in SL while the rest of his team are not in position to really trade him or support him in any way. Destiny going to force his way onto the inside bomb site. That's going to force a rotation, so it's effectively a 3-on-3 on the outside bomb site, and Rick's rotating around will get caught off, and just bad decision making, bad angles once again. It's going to mean Immortals get themselves 2 picks. Wardell's going to be pretty much surrounded here. Zach's right above him, misses the no-scope, and early pick once again means that they get an advantage and aren't able to convert it for, I can't remember how many times it's been.
All right, repeat the words after me. Hello?
Hello.
Darkness?
Darkness.
My
old friend.
Yes. That's just another story of they go ahead, they look so promising, but Immortals just a little bit too good. Just come on, get the headshots that they need, get the trades working in their favor. Not even trades, they're just coming in and just getting kills. It's only trades if the CTs are fighting back. And so far, they're not firing back. They start off so well, and then it just falls apart.
You can't really say too much about Rix getting caught in that sort of a position because he was getting traded 1-for-1 instantly. But the person that's really got questionable decision making and positioning at that point in the round is Connor's half HP, still playing SL with a minute to go, and Wardell's in sandwich with the AWP with one sort of stop sign bomb train. Like, you're just asking to get surrounded at that point. Connor gets, you know, he's in ladder. They take T connector control and, you know, sort of surround them. Not much that Ghost is really able to do at that point.
Someone needs to water that pot plant. It looks a little bit lifeless. Maybe if the life, well, maybe the pot plant's rejuvenated. Maybe we can see something from Ghost because at the moment it is looking limp. As one of the Australian Prime Ministers said, it is looking limper than a wet cabbage or wet lettuce. It's looking pretty bad so far.
Looking very flaccid.
And that's not something that you want to be seeing.
No. It's their last alive. Working its way through Ivy. He has got a very nice CZ skin, I'll give him that.
Now, even if he gets the kill at this stage, man, it's not going to do any damage to Immortals. Can't retrieve a gun.
Ding.
The ding happens
Ding,
again.
ding, ding.
It's just the signal of Immortals winning another round. Ding. Triple AWP! This is something to be excited for. 3 AWPs. Not 2, not 1, but 3. I'd only get more excited for 4 or 5. I haven't seen it happen yet. But 4 AWPs on the play for both sides. Only a single one for Horvey, but 3 on the side of Ghost, Wardell, Connor, and Rix, all picking one up apiece. Rix going to be towards the Ivy position or playing towards Green Train. Connor and uppers, and you're going to have Wardell playing close towards a bomb train. Connor just jump spotting for information. Might be able to spot the head of Steel, but Wardell's the first one to fall. Connor still jump spotting, but Steel's just staying hidden right now, playing very patiently, very passive. Rick still spotting the line. He spots the barrel of the AWP, spots another one crossover. They're not going to suspect 2 more AWPs, certainly. But Connor 93 still falls. This double AWP setup, or triple AWP setup, is now down towards a single AWP in the hand of Rix. And, well, it's been absolutely useless so far because they've just been surrounded and taken out. Oh, dear. Not much you can really say for Ghost at this stage. You can try something new. Oh, what am I going to see this time? Maybe I'll see 5 Mag 7s.
Yeah, doesn't
5
really matter.
XMs. So there's a Scout from us. Anything unique? I don't think they're allowed to buy the Negev yet, are they? Still think it's not allowed to competitive, correct?
I don't have any idea. I haven't seen anyone buy it, so I assume it's not allowed. Wouldn't really matter at this point. Honestly, I feel like Ghost, maybe once they get that advantage, I mean, B's not really allowed to talk in the mid-round, I guess, so...
Even if he does, I mean, what can he contribute in terms of the
They need,
CT
well,
side?
he can. They need someone to yell at them, these Ghost players. Someone needs to yell at the people who are playing aggressively, you know, on the CT side and getting caught out of position, because they really need to fix that up. It's the biggest problem, I feel. And it's just depressing to watch it happen again and again.
Yeah, there you are. So that was the thing I was talking about, but Rick shows exactly how to shut it down. Headshots. 2 of them with a FAMAS, which is not something you see every single day in Immortals. Still 3 and 4, it's still doable. That's the sad part for me. It's just, Immortals could be in a 1-on-5 situation, and for some reason it feels like Destiny or Horvey, they could still potentially steal it because Ghost could find a way to lose it.
They still could, but Dallas in a pretty good position to hold on to the IV control, and that's exactly where Immortals will be going. Then you've got Destiny, Destiny and T-Con. Dallas grabbing old mate Zach, pushing through Ivy. But they do know that Dallas is here in the corner, so they may be able to trade him out. Molotov coming out, I believe. Or maybe perhaps not.
Rick's finally stepping up. It's been a while, but like that's exactly what you needed. It's like coming a little bit late, but better late than never. As now Horvey going to try and make a move. Dallas does manage to avoid the flashbang, but it doesn't matter because Rix is ready and waiting. Gets 4 kills towards the end of the half. Still a 10-5 half for Immortals. It feels like Cobblestone all over again. We'll be back after 1.5 minutes. Stay tuned. Well, everyone, we're at the switchover point for map number 2. Now Immortals going to be jumping onto the favored CT side for Train. And they're in the lead already, 10-5, after a pretty dominant T side. Ghost showed up at the end, showed up at the beginning. There was nothing in between. I like to call it the zero substance sandwich. Which
it's got no bread and it's got like a pickle slice.
It's got the bread,
and
then there's just nothing in between. It's just like it looks appealing. Like imagine like a really nice like artisan made bread. It's been toasted to perfection, and it's like you have a little bite of it. It's like absolutely perfect, and you look inside. It's like there's nothing. I've been scammed. I've been pranked. It's just been a massive lie the entire time. That just feels like it's so promising at the start. You know, you can see that Ghost. You know, some of the players are showing up. They're doing well on the CT side. Then afterwards, there was nothing. Even the triple AWP round, there wasn't even a single kill coming out from the AWPs. It just got picked off on the side one by one. What can you say?
I mean, I could talk about artesian bread a little bit, perhaps.
Okay,
I went to
enough.
a baking show a while ago, and we got this bread with like caraway seeds in it, and that was pretty good. And my dad ate it. He's from Poland, and he ate caraway seeds as a young boy, and he had that Ratatouille movie moment where like the harsh critic gets transported back to his boyhood. But yeah, I mean, not really much to say about Counter-Strike, to be honest. I feel like Immortals just going to roll over Ghost at this point. Ghost really needs to get this pistol round to give them any chance of getting to double digits here, but don't really have too much hope apart from that.
Does Immortals have a perfect read what's going on? Because they've left the A side completely open. They've left Ivy completely open. Now Steel's actually sprinting back towards Ivy. And he's going to be holding the line. There are 3 members there. All armored members, because Connor is actually towards the B site. Is it going to be a fake or is it going to be a wrap? I think Immortals have a read of the situation right now, just given how they stack their members, is that even if it's a B site wrap, they've got it completely under lockdown. If it's A site, they've got 2 and pop. It's going to have to require a miracle effort coming out from Seb to actually get these 2 kills in towards Pop Dog, and Steel is now going to start rotating away, but they can come out through Ivy. And the question is, when is Steel going to hear this? 2 at Pop Dog still. I think Immortals have read this perfectly because those are the 2 kills going in their favor. They're going to flat out on towards the A bomb site right now, but Bolts was going to find one. Knows that was one towards Hell. A bomb's been dropped and Zach will clean up. So Immortals, perfect read. Ghost Gaming, it was like they were in the library, but they chose the singular book that was on display that Immortals wanted at the same time, and Immortals had already read it. Already perused it, knew exactly what the storyline was, and wrote the conclusion effectively.
I agree. As Immortals 11-5 should be pretty much looking to close out this game at this point. Got some umps, got some UMPs and the old Molotovs. That will stop the pushes from Ghost. They're going to grab some pistols and some armor. Try to see if they can steal around. They're not too bad with those T-sets. They go alright, but Orby's going to rip the head off of Wardell. Fortunately, he was the only unarmored player, so if you're going to lose anyone, probably would want to lose him. Look at this T-con push from Immortals. Absolutely no respect. They need to learn some manners, and it's pretty much segmented Ghost, but Rix has put himself in a really good position to win this round. And he's made the right call as well. I love that. He gets the pick and he's like, nah, there's no one else here.
I'm just going to go in. I'm going to get surrounded by everyone, and then the defuse is going to go down because Connor's all the way at Ivy. And it's just going to be like, all right, who wants to get the kill? Who wants to get the defuse? And Connor's just slowly walking. He knows that he's got no chance of the round. He just doesn't want to lose the FAMAS that he has reclaimed as a trophy.
Let's see if they buy around this, because their money will be a little bit awkward. Wardell's going to have enough for AK armor, but that's about it. Connor can drop over something. Looks like a save. Again, they're going to let Immortals get to 13. I don't know. I might be feeling a little bit risky. At some point, Ghost, you have to realize that A, you're down 7 rounds, looking to be 8, and B, you're a massive underdog in this series. And as the underdog, you got to be a bit risky. You got to fight dirty, because if you're going to play straight up, you're going to get crushed. And they are getting crushed, so I don't know. I think the only positive sign to not forcing into this round is if they have a really sick T-side, which I know that from experience literally last week they don't, unless they've changed up a couple of things. Or maybe they're looking to get some more practice in on those gun rounds and grab something a little bit more positive out of this series, because, yeah, I don't know. Not really much else to say. Immortals just on another level.
It could be Immortals on another level. It could be Ghost also just not really stepping up today as well. I mean, I haven't seen anything particularly exciting from them. Normally, you see the brief moments where you're like, this is what Ghost Gaming could be. You know, there's executes where they make the trades happen, or they go explosive, where the aim works on one of their players and they just all fire up behind it. It's not working today for them. They do manage to actually draw for rotation towards B, but it's going to slow down, and Ghost are actually not going to take pop-top control. They're just going to go back to the break room, maybe turn on the TV for a little bit.
What are they doing right now?
Like, what is that? You can't just
30 seconds
you can't
to go,
just
mate.
you just can't call for a coffee break. There's gonna be a time when they're gonna start like they shift walking and be like, oh, actually we have to start running now because they're not gonna have enough time. And they're still
Immortals
shift
pushing-
walking.
Immortals
Okay,
pushing
they're
deep
gonna
on
be
it.
making noise. And
Played
Destiny, the close range at its silenced M4, it's not gonna work out, but still is in a position to clean up with the A4. I mean, he's gonna get one. He won't find the second. The stop sign a little bit too powerful, but they know where Connor is, and then Bolts comes in with the A4 and cleans things up. So they leave it a little bit too late. And what do you expect coming into the last 25 seconds? You haven't faked out anyone. They know exactly where you are.
The masterfully drawn rotation of the guy through CT con, and then it doesn't even matter at that point.
I was like, they've drawn the rotation. It's actually really good. Go fast, Pop Dog. They could probably explode out to the A side, but they just go all the way back around T connector with 5 alive. I don't know. Like, you don't have the utility for it. You're not going to fake anyone out. They just meted themselves. They really did.
You played yourself. Bolt's going to be spamming above the SL. Rest of the T's just chilling. Not doing anything. Not taking any inners control either, though. And that's going to mean that Steel pushing up a ramp is going to get all the information. His teammate's going to know exactly when to rotate, which means they're going to be able to pretty much stack 4 on this A bomb site, which is going to really help against this Ivy split, because that's the strength of that strat, really. You push out the 3 angles when there's 3 CTs, and if one of you gets the entry fairly cleanly, then you got 2 CTs looking at 3 angles with a bunch of Ts all pushing from different angles at the same time. Good early pick there from Wardell on the Ivy area is going to definitely strengthen this little Ivy split. Bolts having to play towards Old Bomb there, and good job from Destiny to take control of that T connector, which is exactly the kind of move you need to make when you're at a disadvantage like this. But I really don't have high hopes for Immortals in this round unless Ghost really makes a misplay, and taking a lot of time could definitely be that misplay.
I think the misplay is about to occur as well, because Immortals are allowed to get so much information and position and awareness on what's going on.
One of them setting up for a smoke with 30 seconds to go, like...
They've got 25 seconds. They've got to go explosive, and Bolts is just picked out and just picked off one. He just has to fall back. There's no trade. There we are. Destiny goes for a 1-for-1. They know there's nothing towards B side, so they can just team up together, and just getting absolutely destroyed right now. How does it always happen? They get the first pick. They wait for too long, and
the mid-round. The mid-round's just
it's
atrocious
just, there is one emotion that is describing my pain while watching Ghost Gaming. It is angry. It is ascended. It's not even spelled correctly. It's angry with an extra E. That's it. That is how angry I am. Like, they do the work, they get the first pick. Sick, amazing, well done. And they just sit there waiting for what? Are they waiting for a permission slip from their parents before they decide to go into a bomb site? Because that is the only thing that... Why are they taking so long? So you just got to go explosive. If you have a terrible mid-game, you know it, and you're losing it in the mid-game because you're not pushing in fast enough, just go fast. You got the pick, go explosive. Don't allow Immortals to push in for information, because that's exactly what they're going to do every single time. That is, like, Immortals are meant to play like that. You lose the first pick, either you gain Pop Dog control, or you gain T connector control. They got T connector control, they could just relinquish Pop Dog control, and Steel could afford to push inners at the same time, and just find out, okay, there is no one here. It's going to be A side, guys. We can set up perfectly for it. There's no Pop Dog pressure. There's no pressure towards anywhere except for the A side. Now they're trying something towards B side. Full execute. Molotov's going to stop this, and GG's are completely destroyed.
I don't know why they're trying to push through that Molotov. The smokes aren't going to be down in that amount of time.
Oh, Bolts, he's going to come in. What? What? Oh my goodness, Bolts! Oh, at least he didn't... Oh.
It's okay, Kevin. It's going to be alright. Alright, Kev, it's alright. Kevin is head in hands right now. He's unable to cast. I'm just going to leave him there. I will solo cast.
I just want to solve a little bit, because that's the story, right? It's just Bolt goes in for the knife, misses, and Ghost loses. I mean, sure, in that situation it was a 1 on whatever, but that succinctly sums it up. Immortals are just styling on Ghost at the moment. They could be going down 3v5 and they could still win. Destiny now pushing. Why would you bother stopping? Keep pushing.
And just a couple of months from now, someone on Reddit who's a Ghost fan will be like, Bolt's such an asshole. Remember that time that he went to knife?
Absolutely disrespect at 14-5 up. I mean, just this is the part where normally when I just go, yeah, you know, it's whatever X amount score. Okay, surely Horvey, oh my goodness, there's so tunnel vision. Wardell, he's got all the time to work with, but he can't capitalize on the shot, and the Molotov is going to just be doing a little bit of damage. Does manage to dart back to Blue Train. Zach's now pushing towards inners, and Ghost going to be setting up for this A-side execute, but it is a 5-on-3. They're losing these picks, the bomb has been lost, and somehow Immortals, I mean, they've managed to bring it back towards a 2-on-2. Rix trying to push on towards the A-bomb site. Zach just slowly coming through, not so long ladder, and finally Seb is watching the flank. The Ghost Gaming get around.
1 round. Good job. Now, Immortals will be buying up again. Let's see if they can do it 1 more time.
Or if Ghost Gaming can do it 9 more times.
They can't do it 9 more, but they could definitely stem the bleeding a little bit.
Imagine if this point where Ghosts just go fast out and they just go full YOLO strat and it works better than they did the entire half. I would be a little bit mad.
It will be. It will work better at this point, for sure.
But I like at least they're sticking to the default. They're still trying to play proper structured Counter-Strike. It's so easy to just throw the strat book in towards a proverbial bin at Ivy and just completely forget about it. But at the very least, they're trying something. You know, they're trying to use their setups, they're trying to use their executes to try to learn to see what they can do. But it's going to be difficult because Immortals are just continually pushing and trying to gain map territory off of Ghost.
I'm not a fan of this thing that Wardell does quite a lot, which is the fact that he just, on a full buy, buys a Scout and, like, util and a Deagle and stuff instead of an AK. Just don't. I understand if you're a good scouter and stuff like that, and, you know, you feel like with a scoped weapon you can be quite proficient and hit the headshots, but it's just across the board, you know, unless in a very specific set of circumstances, worse than an AK.
This is the story.
This is my story. My name is Horvey. I'm from Brazil. Just got here after a lot of visa struggles, and I'm feeling a bit angry today.
Like, it goes to watching the line for a very long time. And then as soon as they stop watching, Horvey pushes. Like, that's just pinnacle, like, frustration as a player. It's, I just watched the line. Why did you push at that particular time? But it works out. Seb and now Dallas have to step it up. Destiny still around the edges. Will be able to land the kill finally on towards Seb. Now it's all down towards Dallas. The Canadian IGL. He does rail bolts, though. Brings it back down towards a 1-on-1. Knows where Destiny is. Destiny just going to be sitting chill for a little bit. Knows that Dallas wants to peek out. Destiny does not spot Dallas transition towards the old bomb train, and now Dallas has the advantage. Oh, can't find the headshot, though. Really unfortunate. Dallas played that pretty well, but not well enough. And 16-6 Immortals make it look very, very easy on train. And only one moment where I just hung my head in frustration. I consider that a victory today. Just.
Yep.
Just.
I would say one thing that Ghost did today, which was cool, was the fact that they do seem to have some executes. On Cobblestone, They had some executes both on the A and B site, which worked. On train, even that last round, they had the outer bomb site full wall of smokes. They had the inner bomb site full wall of smokes. My advice would be maybe don't spend an hour working out the smokes for an execute, and instead maybe spend that about talking about how you're going to transition in the mid-round, understanding the positions, how you're going to support each other as a teammates, you know, theory crafting and stuff like that, because that's what's really lacking for Ghost. I keep saying it again and again. I feel like a broken record, to be honest, but the mid-round decision-making from not only individual players, but from them as a team playing off of each other is just not good enough to be playing Pro League in general. It's harsh to say it, but it's true that the fact that, you know, they consistently getting caught off, they're consistently getting the first pick and losing the round, you know, it's not good enough. That's what really needs to be improved for this Ghost Gaming side. They have a wealth of talent on their roster. they have some creative executes. They're working on things, but you know that's what they really need to improve on. And honestly, if I was sitting in the coach position as B, and as I have done for some teams occasionally, when I sit in the coach position, all you got to do is at that point just start yelling at the players and going, move out of SL when there's a minute to go. When you've got the first pick, play off of each other, just get the trades, play safe, play proper CS. Like, there's nothing else to do at that point. That's what you need to be improving on.
I think the biggest thing lacking overall, I think it sums it up, is just lack of initiative. I think that would sum up Ghost Gaming.
Somewhat.
There is
at a certain point, it's a lack of initiative, but initially they have good initiative when they go to get picks and stuff like that. Like, they put their foot in the door, even individually. Like, even, you know, Rick's making good plays to take initiative, but then afterwards it just...
the analogy with the door would be, it's like they put the foot open in the door's now open, but then all 5 people just standing there just going, no, you go first, no, you go first, no, you go first, no, you go first, and then no one moves, and then finally it's like there's actually a fire behind them because I'm going to add some drama into the situation, and then they finally decide to all go, and they just cram into the doorway, no one can move. That is probably the summary of most of the rounds. Accurately so.
Yep. Okay.
I don't think there's actually that much to say afterwards. But
there really isn't. Maybe, honestly, maybe at this point, Ghosts need to start picking some different maps. Maybe that would be something that would help.
They've tried a lot of things. I mean,
honestly, like, they used to be pretty alright at Mirage, like, and also Nuke. They got that upset on it. Maybe they should be moving towards more towards Mirage and Nuke. I've seen so many games of them on Train. I've seen so many games of them on Cobblestone, and they're not getting anything done. Maybe change up your map pool. Maybe that's another suggestion. I don't know. I really don't know. For this point, it goes like, it's just similar mistakes again and again, and it's disappointing to see.
Well, hopefully they'll be able to go back to the drawing board and try to figure some things out. But for now, we'll take a bit of a break. We'll be going on to the next series next. Rogue versus Liquid should be a good one. So keep your